Beachside Destiny. Welcome back. So this is the LA lifestyle on a budget, giving you skincare and thriftwear. So if that's what you're into, hit the subscribe button below. Today, it is Fresh Face Fridays. So for those of you who have not been keeping up, I kind of did Fresh Fridays kind of on and off. I've always done skincare reviews, but I just really like doing them on Friday. It just kind of kicks off your weekend, gives you something to kind of do a little bit of self-indulgence. So it is actually Fresh Face Fridays. I have a whole playlist if you guys are interested in seeing all the reviews that are in that category. But today we are reviewing the OK multitasking buffing pads. I had to reshoot this video again just because the logistics and the directions were a little bit confusing, and on different platforms as well as their packaging, the directions are just, they're not really super clear. So that's something that I will throw out there from the jump. But this was actually something that I got in my BeautyCon gift bag. I want to say like August, so I'm finally getting to the last few items in that bag to review for you guys. All different kinds of brands. This is specifically a K-beauty brand, but you can get them in Ulta. I think, do they have them at Sephora? They might have them at Sephora and a few other places. So they're actually pretty accessible for you to get. So I have tried a lot more expensive exfoliation pads on this channel before, ones that go all the way up to like that $80 range. But this is definitely one of the more accessible ones that I'm trying out for you guys today. I think the price is like $7.49 at Ulta, and you get 12 of these exfoliation pads in a package, which is really cool. And within the exfoliation pads, it's actually 2-in-1, so you can use like both sides, part 1 and then part 2 to kind of finish up your exfoliation treatment. So that's cool. This product, let me just go over the specs with you guys. $7.49 for a pack of 12. They are sulfate-free, gluten-free, and sustainable for vegans, and not tested on animals, which is great. But when I look at the ingredients list, I see a lot of stuff in there that's just not great. A lot of stuff that's just very difficult to pronounce. A lot of kind of weird PEG 20, you know, cellulose, this and that. So just kind of like a lot of weird stuff that's not natural, that doesn't really have a natural name that they could just put in the ingredients. So I do see fragrance in here, which again is not great. Fragrance doesn't really bother me all that much. I'm not sensitive to fragrances, but for some of you that are, I know that's something that you guys pay attention to and you guys clock like right away. So if I do smell anything weird, I will let you know. But one of the things that I thought was kind of cool about the ingredients is it has like amber powder, ruby powder, citrine extract, so just all these kind of different crystals that are mixed in the exfoliation pads, which is kind of something different that I don't usually see in exfoliation products or just even in skincare products to begin with. So that is kind of cool, but we're gonna see if it works. So let me go ahead and jump into it. It just kind of has, I'll try to zoom in so you guys can see, but it just kind of has these little pictures that kind of look like, you know, wash your face, use one side or maybe the other, then flip it over, use it again, and then it looks like you're supposed to wash your face again. That was a little confusing to me, so I went on Ulta because they usually have a list of, you know, directions or, you know, how to use or whatever, and sometimes they even have a video. So for those of you that don't know that, you can always check Ulta. But when I saw that, the girl just kind of opened the pack and you just kind of see her buffing it on her face using just one side, and then that's kind of where the video ends. You don't see her wash her face, you don't see her use both sides of the pad, you don't see her like rinse off afterwards. Like there was just some steps missing, so I was like, okay. So I had to go to YouTube and look up OK's tutorial, and that girl, you know, uses both sides. You don't see her wash her face, but you know, you kind of get the impression that she washed her face beforehand. So for those of you that are trying this, you know, just make sure that you're really clear on what the directions are. I'm gonna do on camera, that way you guys can see, because this is something that I've tried to, you know, research and make sure that I get right. That way we can really clock this product. So let me go ahead and open it. Right, pull this out, and you have to be careful when you pull these out because there is like some kind of product on this side that's kind of like sticky and tacky. But there is a little pocket here for you to kind of slide your fingers in and use one side and then to use the other. So you're supposed to use the pink side first. This is very faint pink on the packaging itself. It made the directions, it looks like a lot brighter pink, so don't get thrown off when you first open it. So we're gonna use this side first. I've already washed my face. I used my BioClarity Cleanse face wash. Okay, so far I'm getting just kind of slightly like an alcohol-y smell. I don't know if you guys remember those, be careful with the rim edge of it because it's a little sharp. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, those Noxzema acne pads that were like really strong, and it was pretty much like you putting rubbing alcohol on your skin. This kind of smells like a very faint version of that. It's slightly off-putting, but for those of you that are sensitive to fragrances, you might not like this. So you're supposed to, it's kind of hard to get in the nooks and crannies with this shape because the pad itself isn't like super soft really. It's just kind of like a woven, I don't know if this is cotton or what. Of course I can't really tell or specify, but another thing that's really cute is they're called like chok pads. And that kind of means like dewy, radiant, kind of glowy, bouncy skin in kind of like the K-beauty world. All right, so it says when you're done with that, you're supposed to flip this over and then use this side, which is crumbling everywhere. I really wish I wouldn't have wore black today, but we gonna figure it out either way. Just really try to make sure you don't get this on your eyelashes because as it dries down, it does get like sticky. Keep on buffing. Oh gosh, I shouldn't have worn my hair down either. Normally for Fresh Face Fridays, you guys notice like I usually have like a headscarf on or my hair is up, but I figured, oh, it's an exfoliation pad, like I should be good. But with skincare products, you ain't never safe. You ain't never safe. Unless it's something that you'd use like on a regular basis. All right, so I'm feeling kind of like a little bit more exfoliation with this other side. Again, I'm not a huge fan of like stuff like this where you drag it across your face. I don't really like that motion. Even though my skin isn't sensitive, it just does not like that friction. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up. And then I'm assuming this last little square that looks like you're washing your face, I'm assuming I have to rinse just because I have like literally these white like little crumbly like sticky pellets literally everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just rinsed off my face. My face does feel bouncy, it does feel soft. It doesn't feel super stripped or anything like that. My face didn't feel any sort of tingliness. I'm not sensitive to anything in these wipes, which is nice. But the only thing is when it's in a pad like this that you kind of can pull out its individual sheets and you can travel with it, you kind of expect that it's not gonna crumble and kind of disintegrate like that. Just because, I mean, it's a pad, you assume that you can kind of like, it's a little bit more of like a mobile product. If it was more of a gel exfoliator that I put in my hand and then used on my face, I would kind of obviously expect it to kind of crumble and me to be able to kind of like rinse it off and that kind of whole process. But when it's in a pad like this, I expect a little bit more of a, just more portability with it. Overall, I mean, it was a nice product, but it's not something that I would consider buying again. So just to kind of hydrate my skin after that exfoliation, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Hyaluronic Peptide Serum by Ebanel. My skin doesn't feel like sensitive when I'm, putting on other products, so that's good. And actually the product is going on really nicely now that that top kind of flaky dry layer of skin has kind of been peeled off, which is nice. So the exfoliating pads themselves, like it wasn't a super harsh exfoliator. My skin just does not really like things being dragged across it. But I would say like for the everyday girl who you love drugstore skincare, you love kind of like the lower end stuff at Ulta that kind of works or whatever, these pads do work. My skin does feel softer and smoother. My product is applying a lot more evenly and smoothly. My skin does look good. I'm just not a really big fan of the ingredients. But for the price, for $7.49 and you're getting 12 pads, I'd say that's pretty good. I mean, I feel like the average girl kind of exfoliates maybe once or twice per week, depending on what her schedule looks like, maybe once every other week if you have more sensitive skin. But I mean, as far as people having sensitive skin and being able to use this, I would say kind of tread lightly. If you have more normal to oily skin, I would say that, $7.49 is, not steep at all for you to be able to try something like this out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to come back next Friday for Fresh Face Fridays because I have some more dope products for you guys to check out. But like this video if you want to see more. I'll be posting more as usual. Make sure to do well and be well, and I'll see you later. Bye.